Good morning, Leadwerks engineers. Today we've got another exciting episode of Weekend Workshop where we talk about last week's progress in the development of Leadwerks Game Engine 5 and we discuss continuing plans for the next week. So last week we went into a lot of detail about the overhaul of the user interface, the finalization of it. And that video was quite popular. That got several times more views than normally. So we'll talk about that in a second. This week's progress: 6 bugs were fixed. The bugs are getting more serious. They're harder to fix, but when we solve them, it is so satisfying. I'm happy to report that I have joined AMD's secret society. I have joined their secret website. I have access to beta drivers, and it appears that in the latest beta driver, the long-standing issue we had with bindless textures has been solved. Thank you, AMD. Really appreciate it, and thank you all for your patience and help in reporting that. It feels very good to get that one solved because the 6600 is actually a great card in terms of like price performance. Like you're getting a lot of performance for not a lot of money. So, AMD like high mid-range cards are actually like a really good value. I did a little bit of work on an integrated downloads manager because I wanted to, and it's basically done. I'll talk about that in a minute. And the community website is finally moved from the ultraengine.com domain to the leadwerks.com/community domain. So that was kind of the last step in the website migration. So this is what I just showed a picture last week and talked about the UI quite a bit. And there was a lot of discussion. You should go back and look at the video from that, look at the comments from last week, and there was people are getting into flame wars, talking about user interfaces and stuff, and it's all good. I don't care what people are saying, just as long as they're talking. So there's a lot. It's interesting to see that as soon as we said, okay, this is going to be Leadwerks 5, all of a sudden everybody has very strong opinions about what it should be, which is great. Everyone's very passionate and wants it to be fantastic. Sometimes those suggestions make it into the design. As you've seen over here, this came at the suggestion of Storyteller. It just started as an idea of his, and then we started talking about it and working it out and trying experimenting with it. And then I ended up going with that. So it's been very much a collaborative process. In fact, we only have the 4 viewports and the CSG level editing because you guys insisted that it be there in Leadwerks 4. So definitely, take your feedback into account and try to weigh it against the needs of everybody. This is what the downloads manager looks like. This was what I was planning, was just to add another little button down here, which makes it look so much more complete. And this is what it looks like when you're browsing. Pretty good. And we've already got in the download system that's part of our forum system. We've got about 2,500 PBR materials ready to use in 1K and 2K resolution. I've downloaded about 20,000 models from Sketchfab and other sources, and I've got a lot. And we were actually talking about this a while ago because I knew Sketchfab was going to probably go down sometime this year. It's still up right now. You can still download models right now, some of them, but I've noticed some of them are moving, some of them are changing. They're being released under different licenses, under different terms. But we've got everything that we're going to need. I'd say about, probably about 3 or probably about 80%. Probably about 80%, 60 to 80% of models on Sketchfab are the wrong size because they're usually uploaded in FBX format, and then they get automatically converted to GLTF. GLTF is kind of nice because in GLTF 1 unit, the units are just in meters. There's no units defined in the file, which is always a mess. It's just, okay, we're going to do meters. So that's something that Kronos did that was very, very nice. Very good decision, I think. But the question was, well, do I want to just like throw, the top 10,000 models into our system? Or do I want to pay more attention to what's getting released and just add a little bit at a time? And I think at this time, because the PBR materials are all so fantastic and ready to use, there's absolutely no touch up needed on any of them. They're just, they're totally game ready. I think I'm gonna stick with that. As long as Sketchfab, you can still download, anything you want in Sketchfab, and it might need some conversion. It might need a little bit of adjustment. It might need some resizing. But you can get it there. As long as that's there, then I'm not going to worry about trying to get everything into our system. I think I'm just going to add a little bit at a time in each category. So this all works right now. The browsing from these categories are actually being loaded from the website. All these images and the entries are being loaded from the website. When you press the install button, it installs it from the website. It all works. The issue right now is the web API is running slow. So I haven't. This is not available in your builds right now. I haven't let this out because it's not ready. Where I'm at right now is it basically works, but when you click on a category, it takes about 6 seconds for everything to show up. It takes about 6 seconds. It just like pauses the program for 6 seconds, and I can do more work to with threading to make. I mean, those you really want those things to be asynchronous, so it sends a request and then it responds. Then it responds to an event when the request becomes available. I haven't done that yet because the first thing is to just get it running as fast as possible with the dumb, thread blocking approach. Because you don't want to make things overly complicated with threading before you have it finished. It's easier to do it first. But like I said, it takes about 6 seconds to load up each category. And that's just one page. So it's like, I haven't implemented pages down here, but like when you click, it's like 6 seconds. And I did some testing on the timing of this, and I still don't know why it's going slow. I'll figure it out. But the first step is going to be upgrading to the latest version of the forum software we use. It's not just a forum. It's a lot more. Envision PowerBoard. I'm a huge fan of this. And I think Envision PowerBoard is one of the most interesting pieces of technology we have out there, and it kind of gets ignored. And people like to talk about Discord and Twitter or X or whatever's being promoted at the moment. But meanwhile, like IPB is just chugging along, and it's doing really, really interesting stuff. They have a blog system, they have a forum system, they have a system for downloads, they have a system for commerce, like for sales on your website, which is how we handle sales of the standalone version. There's a lot of things that we do that there's no way I could do without Envision PowerBoard. And it's really, really a fantastic system. And I'm not just, they're not paying me to say this. I just really feel that way. Anyways, they recently released Envision PowerBoard 5. And I've held back on it because I wanted to, just let everybody else be the beta tester. Not beta, but, let everybody else use it for a month or two. And then I'll jump in once I feel like everybody else has tried it out. So what's nice about the biggest feature is the theme has a switchable dark light mode. What happened is they hired the guy who designed our forum skin. From his website is ipsfocus.com, and they hired him to design, as part of the company, to design the new default theme, and probably some other stuff too. But you might notice that this looks an awful lot like our forum. Just the whole color scheme, there's an awful lot of similarities. Yeah. This is the dark mode. But yeah, I kind of think that he liked my design so much that I wanted that came over and influenced the way that he designed the official IPB forum. This is the light mode. So you'll get access to that as well if you want it. It's kind of nice just for a change. But yeah, I think the download system looks really nice, actually. A lot better. This is a lot better than how it currently looks. See, this looks, I mean, everything's there, but it just looks more like clunky. I think here, like, everything's just better put together. This looks really nice. But anyways, this is InVision PowerBoard 5. This is what we're going to have next week, probably. And everything just carries over. I mean, it's the same underline, it's the same system. It's just looks a little bit nicer. It's probably faster and has some more features as well. So in order to do that, like one change in IPv5 is you have to log in with your email address instead of entering your display name when you log into the system. And so I went ahead and I set the setting for our existing version so that you have to do that just because it's easier to change one thing at a time. We've been changing a lot of things, and I try to just do a few, just a little bit each week so it's not overwhelming. But when you sign in, you need to enter your email address, and that goes for the client app as well. The Leadwerks client app has been updated. You can download it here, and it's now set up to work with this domain, leadwerks.com/community. So you need the updated version, and when you sign into that, you need to enter your email address and your password, not your username. So you can actually go to the user settings and just make sure that your email address is current, because you don't want to lose access to that. It just makes it harder to recover your account. Any questions about any of that before we move on?
I didn't update the client yet, so I would have to do a full uninstall and reinstall.
No, not really.
Oh,
I think you can just run the installer again for the client app, and it'll just copy the new files over. And I don't think you have to download the whole engine over again.
all right, and also, does it change anything internally? Like, is it still using the Ultra Engine path names?
By default, it will install. If it hasn't been installed before, it will install to C program folders Leadwerks. But if it's already been installed, then it will detect the current path, and I think it'll just update to wherever it happens to be installed right now, which is probably in the Ultra Engine folder.
Okay, I'll try just run the installer quick, and if that fails, I'll reinstall everything.
Yeah. Dumosh says that forum systems were killed by social media. I don't think so, actually. I think social media was killed by Discord.
Well, I think forums was killed by like Discord because a lot of people stopped. Because back in the day, Steam Chat had like a lot of limitations, while forums feel the need for larger discussions.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Discord now does everything, and it's a lot of people just want like one place to go for everything, which is kind of annoying. But
Yeah. I kind of prefer forums, but also, well, at least for like lengthy, in depth discussions. I mean, I can't follow everything on Discord, but Discord is convenient too. Um, yeah, I wouldn't say. I'd say that like Discord definitely put a dent in some forums, like gaming forums. I think they're pretty much gone. But other forums, I'd say like, yeah, I mean, social media. Honestly, like I think it kind of came and went. I don't really. I mean, I don't have discussions on Twitter. I just like put out some. I just post images basically.
you don't want a discussion on Twitter.
It's right only basically. Like social media is just right only. I don't really read anything. And I think it's mostly like just it's mostly just bots. Uppercase AI points out that he's using AI images. Yeah, I think this is actually just his site for showing the his custom skins. And what I did is I went down here and this was actually to look at a different forum theme, a little bit different. And what I did is I just went to that page and then I switched to the default.
Kind of like that, like kind of like
The bars.
highlights in that. Yeah, if you could change that to blue, that would be cool.
Hold on, let's see.
Illuminate.
Yeah, it looks kind of cool. That's also a pretty small change. I mean, you can probably just do that with a little bit. I mean, that's just.
Yeah, if you could just change the color. So
It looks like it's just a CSS setting with just a border color with a. It looks like there's a shadow. It looks like they're using the shadow to make it glow. Yeah, there's definitely like a glowy effect.
yeah,
It's kind of cool.
play it.
I want to see what the store. Oh, he doesn't have anything in the store, so I can't really tell. And the forum layout, ours is still going to look like a normal forum. It'll look, well, not like that. They have like 4 different options for what the forum layout can look like, and I just like the default, the normal one, because I think it's easier to like this. It'll still look like that. Same icons and everything. It'll just be a little bit updated. And of course, I'll just adjust the colors to be our special color theme.
Very cool.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit. I think it's a little bit faster. And I think the SEO is probably better for it. I also I didn't just move the files. I did things properly with like a 301 redirect for the old domain. And I went into Google Search Console and I told them that I'm migrating the website and everything. So the SEO for the Leadwerks.com domain should remain the same. It'll probably be better because Leadwerks.com has a lot of links pointing to it. But yeah, I think there's a good lesson for you guys here. Like once you get something that's fairly successful, don't split your community. Don't split anything, like your domain name, your social media accounts, everything, because like there's what I found is like it used to be possible to build something organically, and I don't think it really is anymore. Like as far as like Twitter followers or like SEO, I don't think, or even placement on Steam, I don't think any of that is really. It's just so much harder now to do anything organically. So once you have a following, like just hold on to it, like if that makes any sense. Let's see what this looks like, the test zone. I want to see what the topics look like. Oh, I think this is actually the real. This is actually his real forum. I think. These don't look like just fake. These pictures are kind of funny.
Yeah, this just looks like Dolly.
Yeah.
That screwed up on that one.
I like this one. Okay. So, let me see if there's any comments. It's fine. Okay. Before we continue, I just want to give a shout out to everyone who has recently given us a thumbs up on Steam. That includes T-Tiki, Drogowit, The Cuzzy, Capcrunch, Metal OS, Technologia, Knievels, Ricochet, Andy, Gashish Master, Marcy3D, Gamer, Saru71, Mazel, Timmy! You, Plisa, Gravitate Games, Lilybite, Wreckage, Technofox, Casmic, Doctor Who 3DGX, JD Gaming, Reap Blue, Anthony Python, ZZX 18888, Edeland Trick, Merrick IJC, Kent, Old Amsterdams, Drake Black, Merrick, Project Mayhem, Pedrito, James W. Harden, Troyanator, Altitude, Lucky Luke, Slick29, Gavaris3, Waxy, Renha, and Conejo Tuerto. Thank you guys. Really appreciate it. There it is. Yeah, so I think I do want to get the I think I want the download system to be working for the full release. I want this.
I mean, it really helps with the FPS demo. We were able to download things right to the editor, at least with the materials.
Yeah, we had this working with the Ambient CG web API, and they in December they changed their web API around. And I just didn't. I could have updated it, but I just didn't feel like putting more effort into it because this is what I had in mind. And I've already downloaded all of their content and converted it, so it's ready to use anyways. But yeah, it made me very lazy because I didn't want to use anything else. It just makes it a lot easier to just.
We got some materials that we have to update to use the opacity mask.
Oh yeah.
Like the
Okay.
surface impressions and everything too. So.
Yeah. I think there's about 20 of those, but let's see. Yeah, it was super convenient, and I liked using it. So, and this is even more. This is even more better because this has. It's not just materials; it includes models, extensions for the editor, game templates, every kind of content that will be used with the editor. This supports, and there's a. What I noticed right away, as soon as I started downloading models through this, there's a sense, it made me want to upload more models, and it also made me want to put more effort into the models that I upload, because there's a sense of like a finished product when you upload items into this system, and you know that everybody out there can download them instantly.
Right, I was going to bring up that when we were going through the models with Sketchfab for the FPS demo, I actually took the time and actually split them up, and I made sure that I had collision models and made sure that there was no missing sides. I patched things up. I made sure that the texture sheets were not ridiculously big. I made lots for it. So I think putting that much work into it, it's annoying, but I think it's worth it than just uploading a million poly mesh to the site.
Yeah. There's definitely a difference between a ready to use, a totally ready to use item and something that's kind of there.
Yeah. Well, again, most of these mods are not meant for games, so you have to actually go in and make them for games. So.
Yeah, that can be the case for sure. But there is some nice stuff in there. Let's see. Yeah, so Yeah, I think at the current time, I think I'm gonna favor quality over and like readiness to use over quantity. I'm not gonna try to put 10,000 models into this system. Not right now. I'm just gonna seed it with some models that I think are interesting in every category, and we'll start with that. I think is a good that's a good starting place. So IPv5 next week. Please make sure your email address for the forum is active and you know what it is. You can check in your account settings. Um,
Yeah.
you can expect the forum to go offline for maybe a day, probably a day, if everything goes smoothly, like a day, half a day. You can expect we'll just be displaying the default IPB skin. So it'll be this exact same content, but it'll just be like the default skin. So if you see that, it just means that it's working. Yeah, that might go on for a while. Actually, that might last like a week. We might be just using the default IPB skin for like a week. And again, the reason I want to do this is I want to upgrade everything before I ask the developer like why the web API isn't running fast, because that problem might just get magically fixed when I update it. But also, this is something I was planning on doing. And if you're going to have like a major update of the forum system, then it makes sense to do it right before a major release rather than after. And during the migration, the forum system was actually offline for like half a day. And the client app, although I couldn't sign in to the website with it, it did not make my sign in. It did not block me from using the program, even if I couldn't sign into the client app. It didn't prevent me from using the editor. So I don't think that'll be a problem. You just won't be able to run updates for a day, for half a day or a day or so. But there's not going to be anything I'm not going to be updating anything during that time, anyways.
Yeah, that was really annoying. When we had that verification bug, you couldn't load, you couldn't like download you couldn't use the engine. It would just block you, and you got the. I mean, you could have just launched the application, I think, but.
Well, that's another issue. On some accounts, and I don't know why, the web API, it will not return. It returns back an HTML page instead of a JSON data, which doesn't make any sense. And I can't find any pattern to it. So that's actually another thing that I want to look into and get resolved. I'm actually going to report if it's not automatically fixed after the update, then I'm going to report it to Envision Power Services. But it makes sense they're going to want to see everything updated before they start working on any bugs, because they don't want to work on bugs on their old versions of their software, which is understandable.
Yeah. Yep. No, it's just I know with the full client app, you couldn't you're kind of restricted if the client couldn't authenticate. I don't think your debug versions of your game will not work if you're.
No, those are not linked to it at all. It's just for running the editor.
All right. Well, again, this was years ago. I don't know if you were trying something or something slipped through or whatever, and you fixed it since. But
I could add more restrictions if you want.
No.
Rootkits.
Rootkits.
Rootkits for everybody.
Hey, I got an idea. Let's make a funnel to the NVIDIA driver, so you can execute code right to the driver and get.
Who did that?
Right. NVIDIA.
What do you mean? What did they do? NVIDIA did this?
Yeah. With word on the street is that if with Half-Life Remix, since Source can just load zip files, you can just make it load the zip file, and You can make it execute any code you want.
I don't get it.
Again, I'm not a security expert, but that's what I was hearing. So yeah, don't install mods for Half-Life Remix for right now.
Huh. That's interesting. Rootkits for everybody. Just kidding. That's a joke. That's a joke. Yeah, that's a strange story. Okay. So next week, that's the plan, and with continued bug fixing, of course. Really glad to get we can expect AMD's drivers to probably be updated soon. I don't know the exact release date, but yeah, I expect that to all be squared away very shortly.
Are you going to stay an AMD user now? So, because I know it was a thing where you were always focused on NVIDIA, and then all these AMD issues were happening, and you were mostly on NVIDIA. Are you going to be primarily an AMD user now? I know you can switch.
No, I just randomly use them. I'm not primarily either. Like I just randomly switch cards back depending on what I'm doing.
But do you develop on NVIDIA or AMD?
I prefer to develop on AMD because, well, in the past, they've been they're I wouldn't say they tend to be more strict with things like GLSL compilation. Like you'll get errors compiling GLSL code on AMD cards that you won't get on NVIDIA cards, or at least that was the case in the past. And that actually means that's not a bad thing. That means that they're following the spec more strictly, whereas NVIDIA tends to be a little bit more loose. They care more about, like, NVIDIA kind of will hide errors from you, and AMD will make you aware of those errors.
Yeah.
And I can't really say that either of them are better or worse in terms of bugs, actually, because NVIDIA had a very bad memory leak related to bindless textures like last year. They've both been pretty good, actually, but just like this one issue with the AMD cards has been going on for a long time, and the solution is easy. Just go back to the 12.7 driver, or whatever it is, 24.7. But yeah, I'm just glad to see that fixed. I think part of it is I've probably become more insistent on the solution because I have less things on my plate now. So I can focus on getting other things done, which is really nice, actually. I mean, so far this year, I haven't really been doing a lot of deep down graphical features. I've just been working on stuff that makes your life better, and I actually feel like it's making so much progress. Anyways, so yeah, Leadwerks 5, we're getting there. I don't know the exact release date. I want to get this finished. I want to get this working, and I have one other thing that I want to do that I haven't announced yet. But yeah, we're getting there, and it's turning out. Oh yeah, one more thing.
There's one more thing.
There's one more thing. Your iPhone also functions as a portable microwave oven.
Well, I can play Crisis now, so.
Can it really?
I don't know. You can play some games now.
Okay, let's see. Somebody wrote a comment. Focus on annoying AMD enough so they fixed issues. Yes. I had to... Okay, so he says, he just posted this like yesterday, I guess. He says, "It's been a while since I've been here, but I'm back. What happened? When I launched the Ultra Engine editor, I saw the beautiful Leadwerks logo. I have to say I love it, but the intriguing thing is what happened." And then this confused me. He's like, "Brilliant." And it's like he's just got a focus on this monster that he just killed. And I'm like, "Wait, what? What's he looking at?" And then I realized that's what he's pointing out. So look at that happy face.
He's so happy.
He's so happy. He's so excited. And that's actually like pretty good. Sorry, you. But that's like pretty good confirmation that that's a good idea. People love Leadwerks. I will give the people what they want.
Yeah, and it's also triggering memories because it's like, oh, maybe we can do game jams and all those fun things again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think we should do game jams again, game tournaments. It's a co-opetition.
Yeah, it's like everyone's a winner. Just participate. Get cool prizes.
Everyone's a winner, except the people who don't participate. They're all losers.
Yeah, they're losers.
Everyone who participates is not a loser. Maybe I'll let ChatGPT write the announcement, not me.
Yeah, that would be a good way to get people using the engine.
Call them losers.
Yeah, people who don't.
If you don't enter the tournament, you're a loser. If you do enter the tournament, you're a winner.
You could just say like, you know, everyone's a winner who participates. The only way to be a loser is not to participate.
We'll think. There's still some time to work that out. Okay, so I think what I would like to do is get some kind of There's a lot of wannabe streamers out there, basically. Like, well, I mean, what I mean is people who are like pretty good at making entertaining videos, but they don't have a big following. You know what I mean? Like I've seen some people covering like, you know, different games that are just their video is very you know, it seems to me like indistinguishable from like one that's popular. And it's, you know, it's definitely like they make it entertaining, but they just don't have a big following.
Probably because they're not doing stupid things like fireworks in the house and stuff. But I don't know. But
do they do that?
One guy did.
Oh, but maybe we should find one of those people and have them do a like a video that's like a playthrough of like all the entries. That might be kind of fun. I like to do something different with each one. I like to experiment with the different things. One thing I found is if you have prizes, if it's like a competition, that actually lowers like there's one prize or like first, second, third, that actually lowers the participation rate. Because everybody looks at it and they're like, I'm not going to win. I'm not going to bother.
Yeah. Again, if we could just like do t-shirts or things that you can get in bulk for very affordable.
I think I could even do that, but I think the shipping now is just obscene. Yes. Like it used to cost like $5 to ship a CD like anywhere, pretty much anywhere in the world. It used to cost like $5 or $6 to ship like a CD jewel case. Mm-hmm. And now it's like $20 to ship like a T-shirt to Europe. Like the shipping is oftentimes more expensive than from the U.S. than the item itself.
Well, you can offload that cost to the winner and just be like, hey, you have the ability to get this prize, but you have to pay for your shipping. But
yeah. Well, that doesn't really sound like a prize. It sounds like
buying things. things.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, they don't care where somebody like that, they don't care where the money's going. They just, from their perspective, they're paying for something.
Right.
Yeah, I would like to do like hats or
I
um,
want I want a new Leadwerks T-shirt because I have the old one from Leadwerks 3, and it says "Work smart" on the back.
so yeah, another thing with that is Spreadshirt is how I used to get those made. I'm wearing the Leadwerks hoodie right now, actually, and it's got 3 areas of printing on it. It's got the Leadwerks logo on the left front on the chest, and then on the back, it's got a gear like that partial gear. It's in solid white with a black outline. It looks really really good. And then down the right sleeve, it says "Learn period build period play period."
Yeah.
I'm wearing it right now, and it looks awesome. And the text is like it's white with a black outline. It looks so good. I cannot see any pixels at all. It's super high resolution, and it's still. I mean, I've had this for like 10 years, and it still looks really really good. It's not rubbing off at all. So at some point, like Spreadshirt, they stopped doing prints on multiple areas.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you were just ordering something for yourself. So you could no longer design something and sell it that had multiple areas of print. And that's about the time that I stopped using them. But it looks like they do it again. And they have a very nice selection of different items. So I need to go through and carefully design each item. I'd rather just have like a couple of items that are designed really well than have a bunch of stuff that's just automatically generated.
Right.
Yeah, and I like to do like multiple print areas. I think it looks so much better than just having a logo on a shirt. I like for t-shirts, I want to do like the circle gear right here, like what you see. I want to do this like at the top on the back, like sort of like almost up to the neck, but below that.
Yeah, like a tag. Yeah.
Um, Yeah, and then something on the front. I think that's good for a T-shirt, but for the hoodie, I want to do like an updated version. And they've got some really nice hoodies actually. So,
Yeah. If we could do like black or something, that would be cool. It'd still be screen printed, so it wouldn't matter.
yeah, it tends to look good with all the dark. It has to be a dark color because the the Leadwerks logo itself doesn't have an outline. At least I haven't made a version with an outline, and
Yeah.
it's pretty small.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, because I think the sweatshirt you're wearing is like a light gray, and I kind of didn't like it because I think, in my opinion, it's been a while since I've seen it, but in my opinion, the light text and the light logo clashed. And in my like opinion, if you need like an outline to distinguish it, it just doesn't look right to me. But
no, I think it's a pretty dark gray. It's like medium gray. Like
yeah.
it's not a light gray.
No, it's been a while since I've seen it. I think the last time I saw it was when I saw you at Dev Days.
Well, the lighting was very bright in there.
Yeah, and you were wearing the ones with the backwards gear.
Yeah, yeah. Anyways, yeah, they don't. Valve doesn't do anything like that anymore, do they?
No, I think everything's virtual now. I really think that like whole trip was like they looked at the cost of everything. Like, why did we do this? Because they really decked that conference area out.
Yeah. Yeah, I can understand them. Yeah, it was kind of a weird thing, anyways. I didn't understand like why they were even doing it, but
Probably because they want to show off VR. You
oh,
actually have to be there.
yeah, that's a good point. Um, yeah, it does seem like all that opportunity that was there for a while is like all the winners have been declared, but new opportunities arise. and continue to do so. I want to see what Kotan says. Oh, Kotan, you can opt into the dev. I think he might have asked about this already. You can opt into the dev version and get the beta version right now.
It's always so shocking to see like someone not on the beta and they post a screenshot, and then you're like, mine doesn't look like that anymore.
Yeah, it changed quite a lot since it looks really good though.
Again, I would still align the viewport, the view selections to the right instead of the left. But that's just me.
I don't think it would look good because
it looks better. It looks better if you're doing an ultra wide, because it looks really good on my end.
Yeah, but it would kind of split the. I don't know. I should try it. I'll try it.
Yeah, I mean.
But I kind of feel like it would split it like too close down the middle. But at the same time, it's kind of logical. But at the same time, like these icons over here, these are very distinctive. These are very distinctive looking. Right. These all look the same. So I kind of like having them all in their own group. I don't know. We'll try it.
Yeah, no. Again.
All right. Anything else before we go? Thank you all for joining. Have a great week, and I'll see you on the forum. And I look forward to talking with you next week, and I'll be able to tell you all the stuff that I did during the previous week, which is the next week from today, counting from today.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
See you guys later.